Good morning. It's, I believe, Wednesday the 10th of September. Just made a normal everyday error. Some of the signs, I'm basically following Route 3 through Switzerland, north and south. On the map that I got from the Tourist Information Office, you've got Route 1 to 9. So on the board, it went from 3 to 3-1. Now I didn't see it as 31, I just thought Route 3 and Route 1 were sharing the same road for a period of time. Well, it turns out there is a Route 31 and it takes you down the wrong side of Lake Maggiore, and I need to be basically heading towards the Italian border, not back into Switzerland. It was fantastic scenery. It was cycling on the edge of Lake Maggiore for about an hour. So when I realised the error of my ways, I turned around, came back down this beautiful, stunning, scenic, picturesque route back towards where I camped this morning. I'm actually 10 minutes away from the campsite I was at this morning. But you can't cycle across water, so I had to come back. About 10:30, hadn't eaten, saw a cash machine, thought I'll grab 10 francs and get myself a croissant and a cup of coffee. Go to the cash point machine. Minimum amount you can get out in this country is 50 francs. So I was a bit hungry, so I got 50 francs out, stopped at a Greasy Spoon. It was a bar next to a caterpillar factory, as in the diggers, not the animals. Had a couple of cups of coffee and a croissant. And I've been hearing lots of helicopter noises and airplane noises. So I've just cycled down here and there's a picture of beware of aircraft. And there's the end of the runway. It's a small strip. There's helicopters taking off, there's military over there. As you can tell, beautiful day with the Alps still around me. And there's an aircraft coming in that way into the wind. I'm now not on any cycle route. I'm following the sign to Lugano, which is where the border is, and hopefully when I get part way I'll re-pick up cycling route number 3. I read in a book, it was about cycling around Europe on a bike called Reggie, about how these cycle routes keep you away from towns. And that is a bit of a problem because you need to buy food, you need to get water, and you need to see some of the towns sometimes. So I'm off the cycle route now. If I get a shop, I'll get some stock in. I need to get some gas. So it's just taken me 2 hours and 49 minutes to climb a mountain. It's Mont Ceneri, Monteneri, at an altitude of 608 metres. So I've come up in the region of 400 metres from the valley and I've finally reached the top. So we're going to have a quick break and a drink, and hopefully it's down all the way to Riviera. So here's that expensive petrol station you get at the top of every mountain where you really want a good drink. You sit down, take your pants down with your vice on it. Let's go and see what it's like. So I bought the fizzy water, some fruit and a yoghurt. 10 francs, it's about 7.50. Unbelievable. Now I'm very, very close to the Italian border and I'm going to go in the shop and I am going to buy some. But look at the rubbish outside. This is produce. You've got, that was out on 7. Cakes. Amazing. Amazing. Morning. So I cycled to the Italian border last night. I would have arrived at lunchtime if I hadn't gone down the wrong side of Lake Maggiore. I'm just having a croissant and a coffee in a petrol station, and the coffee's free. So I'll have 2 croissants. It got late, got to about 11 o'clock, maybe midnight, so I had to sleep over there behind it's sort of a substation. Nice grassy patch behind it, and it had a metal fence. So I clipped my hammock on the fence. It was a bit chilly, but comfy. Luckily it didn't rain because I didn't cover myself up. I just had the sleeping bag over me. So fairly comfy, and then this morning I come across the petrol station to grab a coffee, and because it was free, a couple of croissants. So I'm going to cross, I'm 8 kilometres away from Como. I'm going to cross over into Italy. Excuse me. Go to Como and have a look around. My passport's at the bottom of the bag. I've not been asked for a passport up to now. I've just got a feeling they might want one. So I might dig it out of my bag before I set off from here. Not a clue what time it is. I woke up when it was just twilight. I went back to sleep again. And then when the birds started singing and it was daylight, I got up. And it's quite commercial. Well, yeah, sort of commercial. There's 3 petrol stations. Just over there is the border. You could see into a block of flats. Of course, most people are watching EastEnders, or the equivalent in Switzerland. So don't look out the window for people sleeping in the barns. Yeah, comfy night. A bit knackered this morning. I don't know how long I slept for. I think I slept for quite a while. Because I started off just lying in the hammock, and then you could feel the temperature change, and there was lightning in the sky. So I got the sleeping bag out, and when I was in the sleeping bag, the next thing I knew it was daylight, so I must have had plenty of sleep, probably 4 or 5 hours. Been bitten a few times, and I've still got my waterproofs on because I put my waterproofs on. 1, it's warm, and 2, if it did rain, it's life. But yeah, I can't believe it. I've been moaning about Switzerland, and this is it. Got free coffee at petrol stations. It's only espresso, and it is my second one. Give me a kick and wake me up, and I'll get going. So, next stage, Italy. This is the funniest thing ever. I've no clothes left. I slept on some grass last night, so I didn't really into the wash. So stripped off. I've just got a windproof vest on and some swimming shorts, and all my clothes are out. These machines don't work. In here is my clothes, and in here is my sleeping bag, and my waterproof pants. Hopefully they won't work. 7:30, so 22 minutes. I smell nice, and then I need to get a shower. For each other, come across this little bit, very nice, very new. Apart from €20 in there, and you get 50 cents out. So I've got €20 worth of 50-cent coins to spend in a laundrette. If you've ever cycled from Switzerland to Italy, to Como, in Lake Como, a lovely steep hill coming up, you get your feet in the clothes. Yeah, really steep hill, you come over the brow of the hill, down the laundrette, get cleaned up, dry out, and then cycle down to the lake, and have a look at the lake. So here I am, Italy, Villa Olmo. This is Lake Como. That's Como town over there, which I'm going to cycle round to. That looks like the fountain out the Champions on TV. Yes, this is my next country. So we've done South England, France, Belgium, Luxembourg, back into France, Switzerland, and now Italy. I've done all my washing. So John Holt signing off. Lake Como, Italy. Oh, I've got a choice. I can cycle round, which I might do, or across the harbour. This looks boring. Let's go round. Very thoughtful day, isn't it? Today. Whoops. Bike. It's freaking me out. Well, there's a bit now. It's great to be here. I don't know how many miles I've done. I'm quite relaxed. I feel like I've got money now. The Swiss franc and the prices just kill you. Here, oh yeah, my first cup of coffee, well, my last cup of coffee in Switzerland was free, 2 of them. And my first cup of coffee, because I needed a loo, in Italy was €1. So I've gone from paying 5 francs, which is about $3.50 for coffee in Switzerland, to €1, which is about 88p. Crackers. There's lots of monuments and fancy buildings around Lake Como. This is another one. This is a volta at the top. Something to do with electricity then. No, not a clue. I need to look it up. There's a plaque over there. I shall go read the plaque. Also, just to point out that before I set off and come to North Italy, I should have read the title of the brochure for Northern Italy. Lakes and mountains. Going to be a bit of pushing in this country, I think. There's a funicular over there. No, not going to sing. Shopping in Carrefour. Cheaper. Have some cheese for €1. Tapped by a dog. Hello. Buongiorno. Jennifer. Take 2. Good morning. Take 1, had loads of dogs and people in the way. That's the 7 o'clock chimes. I'm in Monza in Italy. I'm in the almost the centre of Monza. Trento e Tresta, the square, which has got the big monument in from 1915 to 1918. And the moon in the background, which is very nice. 7 AM in the morning, isn't that early? Not when you find out that I've been cycling for an hour and a half. Yesterday turned out to be both hilarious and horrendous. The reason I got up 2 hours ago, I started cycling an hour and a half ago because I was freezing. So what's Monza got? Well, it's got the famous Monza racetrack. It's got the Monza car, the Opel Monza. Now the Opel Monza, I think that was the same as the Vauxhall Cavalier Mark II in England. So in Europe it was Opel, in England it was Vauxhall. Around the times that we had the Datsun Cherry that used to just rust and fall apart, and then that turned into Nissan eventually, and they put 10 pence worth of additives into the metal building the cars, and that was it, end of rust. So Nissan came up with the formula to prevent rust. It must be near an airport because there's a low plane there. It's a big one as well. So lovely square. We'll do. Obviously the party revelers have been out. We've not tidied up yet. Sorry about that. But we'll do a 360. So the monument behind me and a lovely moon. And as we turn round it's just a big Italian square. It's definitely square. It's got buildings around each side. I can see a kettle in a window up there. There we go. So, Monza, Italy. Time for a coffee, I think. There's somewhere open over there. So. Coffee, croissant, warm up, then strip stuff on the bike down and repack it from last night. Oh, ciao bella! 7:10, centre of Monza. Outside the bar del centro, having a coffee and a cheeky croissant with cream in. And what I remember about Italy now is when you go to a cafe, Mama's always by the till, so you go to the bar, get what you want, and then one pay Mama. So you might be able to see it behind me. Yesterday, as I said, it was hilarious and horrendous. About 6 o'clock, I found McDonald's opposite a truck stop. So I popped in McDonald's, used their facilities, grabbed some mozzarella cheese sticks, and then cycled around looking for somewhere to sleep. Behind McDonald's looked good, so lots of people were there walking their dogs. And what I found out in Italy is people are up all night. There's people everywhere. And so it's quite difficult just to bed down somewhere. But anyway, I went to the truck stop and I thought, well, the trucks can do it, I can do it. So opposite the truck stop was a little, like a wood. So I found a couple of trees, strung my hammock up, went to sleep for a couple of hours. And then there was lots of noise. Lots of cars coming and going. I think a few people were visiting the truckers. But it turns out, these cars would pull up, lights go off and drive off, and then you'd get somebody walk through the wood. And it's only a cruising site, isn't it? So they walk towards the hammock. I say hello, they run like hell. So I thought, well, if it's a cruising site, I'm just going to get disturbed all night. People are going to come in and I'm not going to get any sleep, I'm not going to be comfy. So I packed up. McDonald's stays open until 12, so I went in and got a coffee. At first she just made me hot milk, but I got a coffee. And then I cycled for maybe an hour. I found a big industrial park just outside Monza. It was brilliant. It had a running track around the outside, loads of fitness equipment, a bike track, really, really good. So I sat on a bench for about half an hour. A couple of guys turned up and they, as soon as they saw me, turned away and went and sat on the far side of this centre. And I could see them smoking to each other, just having a fag and playing with each other. So behind me was some fitness equipment and a bit, what they call trim trail. So I pushed the bike onto this trim trail just by a tree, and it was over a hump, so it was out of the way. Put the ground sheet down and curled up to go to sleep. I had my waterproofs on to keep warm. Anyway, throughout the night it got colder and colder and colder. Got my sleeping bag out, which was still a bit wet from the laundrette, because then I had a chance to hang it out. So I had my sleeping bag wrapped around me, which was a bit damp, and I had the ground sheet around me as well. I woke up about 5, dew all over the ground sheet, and the bags on the bike were wet, and I was freezing. I tried to stay there for 5 minutes, just rolling over, rejigging all the bedding and stuff, but it just didn't work. So I thought, well, I have to get up and go and find somewhere warm, find somewhere, a cafe or wherever. So I set off and I picked up a fairly reasonable cycle path and cycled for an hour and a half, which kept me warm. I've seen Villa Real at, I think that was about 6:15 in the morning. I saw that, took some photos of that with the sun rising behind it. And then I've come to Trento Twisty. So it's early start to the day. The cleaners are out. He's just picked up a big purple umbrella which was crushed. Yeah, so from here into Milan I need to find some power to charge my tablet, to then find Wi-Fi to contact the girls in Lake Garda to find out where I go, because from here it's inland and then I've got to come back this way to go to the village that Michelle wants me to go to, and then from there I can go to Pisa, Florence. I suppose I could get Venice in. I could go across further to Venice and then into Rome, and I need to get on the Appian Way if I can. So anyway, my coffee's going cold. So John Holt reporting from Monza in Italy. Enjoy your day. Just leaving Monza, I've come to an area. The guy inside is a guitarist. He's got photos on the wall with famous guitarists. Brilliant. So I've had pancakes and coffee, second breakfast. It did say Wi-Fi, but it's not working. That's the reason I stopped, but have a rest. Come through Monza. All the school kids are going to school, so it's crazy at 8 o'clock, and now everybody's going to work. So the traffic's horrendous, there's people everywhere, so I can't really cycle on the pavement, so I'll just have a coffee. Oh, need a shave. I've been for 3 days. Got like stubble or beards on me. My wife can have a beard. A bit of tash that needs bleaching. That's alright, not me. But it is really busy. So down to Milan. Probably see a campsite and stop. I don't think I'll see a campsite. A cheap hotel maybe. And I can have a big freshen up. Then over to Lake Garda, but I need to contact the girls to find out where we're going. I think it's Verona, but I'm not sure. So I need to check. Right, I'm on the coffee, black coffee, 2 sugars. Can't be bothered asking for milk. Earlier on outside, it was in a square called Via Roma. Beautiful brick church. And there's places for bikes to be parked. And then just somebody's front wheel chained up. They've obviously chained the front wheel up. And somebody's underneath about. And I see lots of bikes parked up and people remove the seat. So anyway, coffee time, and then traffic allowing off to Milan. So it's about 9:30 in the morning. I'm I'm in some completely random park in Milan. Traffic is horrendous. Been cycling on and off since 5:30 this morning. So just going to sit in the park for a bit. On the building behind me it's the Fanny building, so I'll take a picture of that later and prove it to you. So I bought a sandwich yesterday that I've not eaten, so I'm going to have that, banana and a drink and just rest for a bit. Then continue into the centre of Milan. Still need to get power, which you can do a bit here of solar power, and Wi-Fi. But I think me and the Italian drivers have got a love-hate relationship. They love to try and run me off the road, and I hate it when they do. They cut you up. It's just a complete free-for-all. And of course, me against a man in a white van, I've no chance. Also, rush hour seems to start at 7:30 in the morning and finish at midnight. It's just thick cars all the time. Now when I get closer to the centre, I'll push the bike round, have a good look around. I've never been to Milan, so I wanted to have a go, see what it's like. I believe the police women wear high heels. And that's the thing, ladies. All morning I have seen women walking, presumably to work, where they've either got flip-flops on or flat shoes, and they've got a bag with whopping great big high heels in. They must just sit in the office at the desk with really posh expensive shoes, but walk to and from work with flats. What's it all about? Just wear flats all day. Oh. So, nice and sunny, it's butty time.